Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I'm Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, on this episode of Bullet Points, we are going to dive into something that is correlating what we've been discussing around the growth of Second Amendment rights, around the growth of ownership in this country, in the areas of minorities, women. Demographics are crazy. They've never been like this before. And it ties directly into everything that we're seeing across the nation. Everything's going to be linked in the description box below for your review, but this is some good news. I want to spread this out as far as I can, so send it to who you think. And YouTube has still gone through the process of scrubbing spam accounts and subscribers. So make sure that if you guys are a regular viewer, you're still subscribed and that notification bell hasn't accidentally been turned off by that pesky algorithm. And if you're new, we're driving towards 2022 and we are going to have an amazing year. I'd love to invite you to join us. So if we earn that subscription, please mash that button so you can get notified on this freedom train. But now we got to dive into this because this is something we've been covering on this channel for a while. Let me hear from you in the comments. Let's dive in. Chicago gun shop sees skyrocketing sales following lockdowns as crime spikes. Gun sales skyrocketed 200% at Max & Shooter Supply and indoor range. Now, this is in Chicago. Okay, you guys know that Chicago is like one of the main gun control situations. But this is really important because where it's being bought, the people that are buying them, and more importantly, the training that is accompanying them. Because this destroys the Democrat narrative of more guns equals more crime. Let's keep going. Dan Eldridge, the owner of Max & Shooter Supplies and indoor range in Des Plaines, Illinois, located 20 minutes outside of Chicago, told Fox News that his shop had seen a more than 200% increase in firearm sales since the height of the pandemic and stay-at-home orders. Okay, that coincides with what we've seen. That's not unusual, but listen to who's doing it. This is the part that's really important. Talking about the why, this is the why. The addresses. Where people previously felt safe in their doorman building or a townhome in a good neighborhood, suddenly they didn't, and that's understandable, Eldridge said. Now that speaks to the whole defunding of the police and the insecurity and basically the shaking to the core that this entire nation's experienced. The positive here, every American that bought a firearm did so out of the norm because they embraced their Second Amendment right and they bought into that deep-seated American ideal of taking care of yourself and self-reliance. Let's keep going. Quote, imagine yourself in your downtown condo watching the Walgreens across the street where you shop every week get looted repeatedly, Eldridge said. That's real. That's awfully unsettling when all that stands between you and that mob is a glass door and probably an elderly doorman. Completely applicable to a lot of people in this country. And keep in mind, this explosion of growth is happening in blue cities. Let's keep going. Eldridge's business parsed its sales data and found sharp increases in firearm purchases among women and minorities. Now that correlates with data we talked about on this channel. Women, minorities, and first-time gun buyers were off the charts, higher than they've ever been before. That contributed to the highest gun purchases ever, and that was really good for our movement because that brought more people in. And on a side note, if you're a brand new gun owner and kind of tipping your toe into the freedom that you're now experiencing, welcome to the channel. You always have a free home here. Great place. Everyone is welcome. Let's continue because this is the part that gets really, really awesome. According to demographics.com on Maxon's website, what did I just say? According to demographics data on Maxon's website, women buyers doubled from February 2020 to March 2020, up 12%. Black buyers in March 2021 increased from 5% to 10% compared to the same month a year earlier, while Asian buyers jumped 7% to 11%. Now, the reason that this is important and this would terrify Democrats, those are their main voting blocks. If you're having people abandon basic Democratic gun control principles at this rate, what else are they abandoning? Like I said, jump on this freedom train. 2022 is a coming and we are moving. And this last part is the most incredible part. It's been an extraordinary run. And what's most gratifying is that the run has been accompanied by a huge increase in training activity, Eldridge told Fox News. We went from 2,700 total students in our various classes to almost 4,700 in 1 year. So that completely dispels the myth from the Democrats that if you buy a gun, you're all of a sudden more dangerous. You know, that whole myth of, well, now your chance and odds of dying from a gun are like exponentially increased. They're taking training classes. That correlates. 200% increase in sales is correlated to almost a 200% increase in training. These people are embracing their rights for the first time, and they are training. They're taking the right steps, and that is why the Democrats are going to be screwed coming up in 2022, because all the myths and all the narratives that their little spin machine is trying to do is falling on deaf ears. That's what I had for you this Sunday morning. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you at the 9 p.m. segment tonight. I'm Braden. See you later.